A wild-eyed TV doctor turned politician thinks she can censor criticisms levied at her by concerned parents and citizens. Nili KaplanMerth has so far been successful. Today that stops at firenili.com.
We're all getting back to normal now, folks. So let's start there. Are we back to normal yet?
No. So the language that you use when you say something like normal is a far-right language of anti-maskers, anti-vaxxers, and ableists who disregard the impact of COVID on seniors, on children, on educators, on essential workers, on healthcare workers, on our healthcare crisis.
That person wearing a mask during a remote television interview is Nili KaplanMerth. She's one of those notorious pseudo-famous TV doctors that found fame by encouraging people to wear masks forever during the times of COVID. Nili KaplanMerth wants kids to wear masks in school, and she promises she's going to wear masks forever because it's the right thing to do.
And I mean, no disrespect in asking this, but we've obviously done hundreds of programs during the course of COVID-19, and I don't think we've ever had a guest who kept their mask on during the interview. So again, without prejudice, I merely ask, how come you're wearing yours now?
So let me explain. So I'm a doctor. I'm a family doctor. I see patients in my office. I just had patients who are in my office with their babies, and I have more patients coming in this afternoon. COVID is airborne. That means that COVID remains in the air even after you've left the room. I keep my mask on. It is a way to protect myself. It's a way to protect my patients. It's a way to protect my staff and the community. It is what healthcare providers across the world are saying that we should be doing.
And not one to let her close brush with power be fleeting, as progressives are constantly proving themselves to be. KaplanMyrth recently ran for the Ottawa-Carleton District School Board, and she won with nearly 51% of the vote, besting her probably more reasonable rival, Jessie Lee Wallace, who finished with nearly 42% of the vote. It's alleged that KaplanMyrth sent emails to her patients about her campaign for school board. Yikes. But now that she's on the school board, KaplanMyrth thinks that she's above reproach, beyond criticism, and she's really leaning into her control freak tendencies that presented themselves during COVID. KaplanMyrth thinks that she's beyond accountability. No elected official is. If you agree with me, go to firenili.com and sign the petition. Now, I have to tell you why I had to be the one to create a petition to have her fired. I had to do it because Nili KaplanMerth can't bully me and have my petition canceled like she's done at least twice already. Let's go back a little. When a parent with a student at one of these schools went to the school board meeting, as is his right to do, to speak about the issue of boys in girls' washrooms, Nili KaplanMerth shut him down and then accused him of hate speech. Look at this.
I'm going to read from my notes. Thank you. My name is Nick Morabito. I'm a father of 4 children in the school board at 3 schools. My daughters are 10, 12. My sons are 14 and 16. The 6 of us have lived in Manotick for 10 years, and I grew up in Canada. I became aware a few weeks ago that trans students, in particular students that were assigned a male gender at birth, are allowed to use the same bathroom unsupervised as my 12-year-old daughter. Having a 14-year-old boy and having been a 14-year-old boy before, and as a male, knowing how sexually driven a male's body is at the age of 13 onwards, this did not sit well with me. I wasn't present at the board meeting that pushed this policy through, and I can't figure out when this was done. My oldest friends can attest to my belief in the safety and inclusivity of all people. I always have. But this is about having appropriate and safe boundaries for progression and doing things in line with the parental community's wishes.
I'm sorry, Mr. Morabito, on the grounds that this creates an unsafe environment for people who identify as gender diverse, I'm going to have to ask you to end your delegation.
How does this provide an unsafe environment? Can anyone answer me that? What? Should not answer.
That's what they do.
We're going to take a 2-minute recess.
Cowards, honestly. I have a 10 and 12-year-old daughter. I have every right to speak.
He was given 4 minutes.
He had 4 minutes to speak. Who are you to stop him? You work for the public. He's a member of the public and a concerned parent. You're not even listening to him. You're not even listening to him.
You really should.
So in response to her censorship and stifling of parents' viewpoints and parents' attempts to hold her to account, the parents started their own petition to have her fired on change.org. The parents had to do something. Kaplan-Myrth wouldn't let them speak at the school board. What were they supposed to do? But this cry bully complained to change.org, accusing the parent who started the petition of transphobic hate speech. So change.org, bowing to the bully, pulled it down, censoring parents and thus emboldening this wild-eyed, small-time tyrant. So the parents did it again. One more change.org petition, which nearly garnered as many signatures on it as Nili KaplanMerth received in her recent election. And wouldn't you know it, predictably, change.org pulled the petition down after Kaplan-Myrth said the parents were organized, relentless, with wide reaches, and she called the parents dangerous. You want to know how dangerous these parents are? This is what they had to say. Living in the Alta Vista area, it concerns me sending my kids to an OCDSB school, having my representative be Trustee Kaplan-Myrth, and having her not willing to listen to anything that I have to say that differs with her opinion. Oh, friends, there's more dangerous hate speech. This is what another parent said. I do not agree with the hate that she's receiving, including anti-Semitic comments, regardless of whether individuals believe that it is her behind it or it's another person. It is not right and it should not be happening. So parents are even calling for others to be nice to her, but she's the one accusing them of being hateful. And the school board? Well, they're standing with Kaplan-Myrth, likely happy to censor their own critics along with hers. They're limiting attendance at the school board meetings to just 75 people. They've called the police and had patrol cars parked outside the meetings. They've limited the time and the number of speakers to just 6 people with 2 to 4 minutes each to speak. In fact, the Ottawa-Carleton District School Board also spoke to change.org to have those petitions organized by parents removed. They were in on the censorship too. And all hell continues to break loose down at the school board meetings where it's becoming increasingly unsafe for parents to try to attend. A principal has been accused of stealing a parent's phone.
You are talking about children's body parts. You just literally were talking about children's body parts. You are a pedophile. You're talking about children's body parts. Now you're a pedophile talking about children's body parts.
No one here is saying you're a pedophile. Back off.
Steal your phone?
Hey, don't put your phone.
Let me go. Where's her phone? She stole her phone. Where's your phone?
Hand it to your no! Don't fucking touch people! You just took your phone!
What are you talking about? Did you get it? Holy shit! Get your hands off of me! He just stole my wife's phone! I don't have your wife's phone! The police can search me! What? Did somebody take the phone? She's got the phone. She's got the phone.
If yours was grabbed out of your hand, you can.
There's an instance of a principal harassing parents outside.
I'm a principal of the board, so I'm making sure all elementary kids have a safe space. What school do you go to? Oh, great. I'm so happy. Yeah, every single
School and my colleagues' school.
Yeah, I will stick around. Sorry, you got your responsibility. So sad. That's sad. That no. You're sad. That's what you believe.
Removal, that is exactly what.
That's what you believe.
That's what you're doing.
Are you serious? Is that why you're here?
I'm a nurse. I've seen it.
That's crazy to me.
What you've done to depressed children.
Wow. That's too bad you're a
in
nurse.
Elementary school. It is terrible.
Children's identities are formed within the first 3 years of life.
So
Do you understand that?
Their identity.
Who are you to police their bodies? You can
They're
police your
kids.
own body. You can deal with your own body. Leave the children to be who they are. Yes.
And you don't sterilize them until they're 25.
I'm so sorry you feel that way. I'm so sorry you feel that way.
How many sterilized children are there in China?
And how many are in Russia?
In the Middle East?
Are we talking about China?
Yeah, not talking about the world.
Are you guys aware of the Canadian Charter of Human Rights?
Yeah.
Are you aware of a concept called child safeguarding?
You understand the Europeans are pulling back.
I have a
from
master's
this, right?
in inclusive education, so please don't ask me about my education.
Rainbow education.
Yeah.
We got it.
Frankly, the only way to put an end to all of this is for Kaplan-Myrth to just take a hike. We know she doesn't care about the rights of parents to express disagreement with their elected officials. That much we know to be true. I think she thinks she's some sort of infallible pope of the school board. It's delusional, but that's her viewpoint, and I doubt that's going to change. But let's talk about the practical matters beyond her delicate, masked-up ego. If Kaplan-Myrth actually cares about the ability of the school board to function and to get work done on behalf of the people who elected them, her presence there is an inflammatory distraction from the work these people are supposed to do on behalf of the students and the parents who gave them those positions. That's why I'm giving you a petition to sign, which we will deliver directly to the Ottawa-Carleton District School Board. It's at firenili.com, and there is no way these crybaby censorship creeps can complain to me about me and have it canceled. Change.org is not going to let you have your say. Let me fix that. Go to firenili.com, sign it, and share it. Let these people know you care about the rights of parents to hold their politicians to account, and you care about the rights of parents to direct the education of their children. Go to firenili.com. For Rebel News, I'm Sheila Gunn-Reid. Nili KaplanMerth has had at least 2 petitions critical of her pulled down from change.org. That stops today. I'm giving you an opportunity to have your voice heard. Go to firenili.com and sign the petition.